Hello, buddy. This is Crows of Taxmaster. Welcome back to another episode of Crow's Newsletter. This week we got a few good games coming out, and some of them are really interesting, and some of them could need some work. And but these are the best games that could come out, or whatever. But let's get started with the PS4 and whatever games are available. Right now, Helldiver is one, and by looking at it, it looks like it could be a co-op. It's pretty much like an arcade game. You run, and I want to say arcade. I mean like the fact that it requires some skill, but in the sense that you could really casually play, but you also have to play intently at the same time. But it looks like you can play co-op. I couldn't find any information about if it's co-op or not. It could be, by just the way the game is set up. So that'd be nice. You know, the graphics look nice, simple, but yet very, detail oriented as well. So, and I've been looking at the map. This game could look like a nice standard like shooter game, like a nice friendly. I want to say friendly when it comes to shooter, but a nice game that you could really take time and shoot. And not gonna require strategy. Maybe a little bit of strategy, but mostly about more like a shoot 'em up. This is what it is. It's a shoot 'em up game. A shoot 'em up arcade. So that's very interesting. You get to destroy monsters. Some monsters require different tactics. Some of them have higher defense. Some of them have lower defense. Some of them have higher attack speed. And it's very interesting. Each monster has to be slightly taken out a different method. Like there's a dog one that you have to just shoot them crazy. You have to shoot them fast, and as long as you hit them, they die. It's a one shot. But other monsters are slightly a little slower, but they have a higher defense and a really high attack. But they're so slow, but you really have to stand. Your gun also has a range, so you also have to get a certain distance within the monster and just shoot and walk back, shoot, walk back kind of idea. So it's really good. That will be released on the 18th, which will be tomorrow. Actually, a lot of games are released on Tuesday. So far I only look like it's only for the PS4. It's probably other for, but it doesn't really tell me much. Next game. Oh, this game actually is the game I've been actually waiting for a while now. It's called Volume, and it's being released for the PS4 and PS Vita. And why I'm really interested, it's a spy game, a stealth game, and a puzzle. You have to walk through this corridor or maze of challenges, and you have to be really stealthy, sneaky kind of. So it's really good. You can say, what's so special about it? Well, because one of my favorite YouTubers helped make it, and he's actually the character. I think he voiced the character, and he did a little bit of the trailer. He did a lot of the motions as well. Charlie is so cool. Also, you go best friend Charlie O'Donnell. He helped this game, and I'm finally excited that he's out. The good reason why I said how would I know, because I remember he said something. He helped make a game, and he told us that the game of the once, but I totally forgot I told now. Now it's being released for the PS4, and it could be a nice one play, maybe a couple of times play. I'm a little biased on it, but it looks like it's a one play kind of game. Unless there's it's got to be extra maps when it comes to those kind of games. Because those games really have just puzzle one time, you're done. Now next game is Borderlands. Tale from the Borderlands Episode 4: Escape Plan Bravo. This game is really weird. It's being released for the PS4 and Xbox One, but the dates are a little bit different. Congratulations, guys, who own the PS4. You will get the game first. Sorry for you. You'll get the Xbox One people. You'll get the game right after. PS4 will be released on the 18th, and right after that day, the 19th, release for the Xbox One. So don't know why they did that. Then again, PS4 is a superior console today. Though I like the Wii U because of its simplicity. Now, this is a remake right now. Apparently, the next game I'm gonna say it's Final Fantasy Typo HD Remastered or something like that. But I put HD. I don't know much about it. They just refined it, and now it's available for the PC. So that's interesting. So that is I don't know if you're a Final Fantasy fan. If you want to play Final Fantasy in HD, go for it. I'm not so much in Final Fantasy game. Probably play 7, but if I really like it, but but let's go. Next game is also being released for the PC. It's called Conflicts and Revolution Space Battles. It's pretty much, think of the world Leonardo da Vinci discovered some sort of superpower from chicken called Mandra or something like Mantra or something like that. It's a unreusable source of energy used for space travel. And I mean space travel, they use it for war, the planet was destroyed, now they have space travel. And think of it, the world has stuck in that time frame but with an evolutionary tactic. So pretty much think of Napoleon, George Washington, all those famous people, that kind of style, but with spaceships. Like think of it, Star Wars and the 1700s smacked together. That's what it is. And now you're against other nations, but let's say the chickens got a little annoyed with us, and they rose to the top. They were gonna fight against us. The conflicts of revolutionary space battles. This is a nice twist for history. When they grab history and they add a little spice to it. Like Civilization is a good game. Don't make me wrong, but you want a little bit sci-fi in your gameplay. Play this Conflicts Revolutionary. I seen the trailer, looks interesting. Some of the gameplay looks interesting. I don't know how is it gonna play so far. It's probably gonna be one of those you gotta add this soldiers and just let the game simulate a battle while you have to focus on it. Kind of like strategy game, but minus the simulation. Now the bridge is the next game, and I can say it's being released for the Xbox One and Wii U and PC. I'll probably be more interested in the PC and Wii U. And Xbox, maybe Xbox One, but this game kind of looks not that kind of style for the Xbox One. It's pretty much like it's a puzzle game, and you have to pretty much solve your way, mess with gravity, and use puzzles with the gravity. Kind of turn the whole thing. And that's why it's easier to do with the PC, because you have a mouse and it's easier to rotate, because you have this more control. And the Wii U have the gamepad. It's really tricky when it comes to something rotating gravity, literally messing with gravity. Don't worry, it's not 3D, then it'll be impossible to play. But it's literally you mess with gravity by turning it left or right and moving a bunch of objects that are gravity affected to solve a puzzle and make your player move on to the next level. It's very interesting, and you have to solve a mystery as well. So this game has a little plot to it, not just a random puzzle game. You really want to beat the game to understand what the purpose of this character. And that's what I like about games, when they give you a little information but it adds more mystery to it. It's like, this man's a rogue, and I go, okay, why is he a rogue? And then later you find out his family died. I was like, oh cool, somebody killed him. And then you later find out that the person that killed your family is the same people that you work for, trying to discover who killed them. And at the end you kill yourself, but after you kill the people, because you're so ashamed that you killed them. But that's the game I'm interested in, and that's what I believe the bridge could be. Now the next game was called Dungeon Traveler 2. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I know what it is now. It's another anime game. It's a visual novel as well. And it's also an RPG. It's a visual novel RPG game. And why I say that, because you have classes. And there's the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced. And you have to battle your way out, but it's very detailed, story oriented. There's gonna be conflict. There's gonna be man versus group, man versus self, man versus nature or something like that. I can't remember all the conflicts of the story writing at the moment. But why am I so interested in anime games? Because they do it right. I mean, story wise, gameplay, they're doing better. This is a nice RPG game that requires a little bit of strategy. It's pretty much like Earthbound. You have to click and then you battle. Bah. You know, like, or like you could say one of the early versions of Final Fantasy, or like Final Fantasy style game where you battle in that. It's not really free roaming. The reason why I put role playing RPG, because you have to really be in depth with your character. This is gonna make you bound to a character. That's what role playing. You take a form of a character, and the free roaming is it's been associated to RPGs. That's why I feel this is why I think anime based games are like doing it right, because they're breaking norms. They're making you think like, oh, there's games like this. There's games that could be good. You know, that don't have to be free roaming. You know, I'm not saying Skyrim and you know some Final Fantasy games are bad. I'm saying Skyrim because some people are listening. You know, but you don't have to explore it. It doesn't have to be all detail oriented. Like it doesn't have to be like you don't have to make it a single path. You know, you get the story what builds a good game. I'm saying, you know, puzzles and some other games, you know, could split. But if you could add a story or some sort of good background to it, it'll be a good game. And that's why I believe Dungeon Travelers 2. The Royal Library and the Monster will be a good game. You know, and I would totally love to play it. The problem is, I don't have a PS Vita. And should I buy a PS Vita? I said I should. You know, honestly, the 3DS, for me, is becoming a little bit obsolete. They're good games, but games that they're not, you know, attractive to my age. I think the 3DS/2DS/ the new 3DS are games that only child to play. And I'm saying I'm not disrespecting to all of it, but you know some people like to play those games. But for me, I'm not, you know, I'm saying I'm childish, but I'm a little mature when I play a game. Now I want a little bit of story. You know, I have an active imagination. I want to be involved in my game. You know, some games succeed at that, and I believe that's what Dungeon Travelers are. Whew, man, I really got intent with those games. Now, what's happening on my channel? The final episode, it's just bonus content of Klonoa, is coming out. So that is something to be looking forward to. Whoa, I got really close to my mic. And I don't know what I'm gonna post for Friday content, and I'm still thinking, should I start a new game? Should I not start a new game? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm not supposed to be talking, but my jobs are really killing me. I mean, not both of them. I mean, not like demand-wise, but having two jobs is killing me. That's what I'm trying to say. I shouldn't be saying anything, but that's all I can say. I will say this, that it will change soon. But anything else? I don't know what if I still surprise video. I don't know. I'm really bummed out. I want to say bummed out. I mean burned out. One of my friends wants me to play WoW. I would. The problem is that I would need this video. WoW would need to be like 30 minutes because that game is a little bit grindy. Not dissing WoW. You know, I love a game that makes me go back and explore the level again. You know, but if it makes me do it for like the next 3 hours, then that game's a little grindy. Also, same thing with Monster Hunter. I should do Monster Hunter, but I don't have a capture card for the 3DS, so I can't do anything with the 3DS. Not till they get a emulator. And no, I will not emulate games I do not have. That's something. Yes, I would have done Summon Night. I do not have Kirby Crystal Shard. I do not have. But so far, other games I emulated so far, I have owned. So let's go on. That's all I got to say before this thing dragged out already 14 minutes. So I'll see you guys next week with new games. I hope better games. And I'll see you guys. Bye bye.